evening, everybody, and greetings from majestic Eisenhower City, capital of Skydustria. Alright, now let me go ahead and start by making this a bit more majestic. And I will do so by creating some signs. And you'll notice that I have birch wood. In case you're wondering how I got birch wood, I actually, off camera, or rather I should say between episodes, I went off to the northeast actually to find a good site for my mining and agricultural villages. I'm required to have one of each to complete the stage. I did not lay out what exactly is required in a village. Wait a minute, I need to grab some stone. Bah! Hold on a minute. Okay. That's what lag does for you. At any rate, I didn't specify with too much specificity what was actually required in a village. So, yeah, I basically just went with one structure with a bed and a workbench, and a sign on the outside of that hut with the name of the village. For now, I have to call that sufficient. Later on, there will be specific requirements of the villages, but for now, that will have to do. Alright? Now, in case you're wondering what I'm doing with the signs, I am using it within the lumber mill to mark out what the lumber mill is actually making. That is a requirement of a factory. So, jungle planks. And this sign will have birch planks on it, pine planks, and oak planks. I'm also going to have it generate sticks. Let's see. Wooden stairs. Wooden slabs. Let me think. What else could I realistically make in a lumber mill? See, here's the thing. Signs are a finished product. Ditto crafting tables. What else is made of wood? Uses, picks, chests. Wait, no, that wasn't what I wanted. Okay. Jukebox, note blocks, bookshelves, signs, stairs, pistons, tools, doors, bowls, trapdoors, boats, beds. I guess that. Oh, feed station? I have to sort out what that's used for. Wooden sickle. Wool card. Transposer. And I'm getting close to the end here. And yeah. So pretty much the only thing I can think of is either the bowl or the... I'll go with bowls. So... wooden bowls, okay. Now I have to demark this as an antechamber, which that does quite brilliantly. So now I have the antechamber, and I have the factory itself. And now... that was not what I wanted. So let's go ahead and delete those two blocks there. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and We go down and, yeah. Alright. And that, I believe, does satisfy the factory requirements for a lumber mill. I'm going to have to go off camera because it is lagging horribly at the moment. Maybe going off camera will help. Alright. Sorry about that. By the way, I checked and I am actually a couple of items short. And I probably should have crafted one of the items I was short. Lag was better when I was off camera. Maybe it's overtaxed, my machine. At any rate, a sign, which is the second to last requirement for this lumber mill. And I'll put it here. Days since last injury. Now, nothing says it has to actually be useful information, but that sign is technically required. I'm sure there's a reason I required it, but oh well. At any rate, the other requirement is a break room, and being the... Well, I'm short of materials for everything, aren't I? Yeah, I think I am. Alright. Well, I did mention I had a couple of villages, so I'm actually going to go ahead and grab my seeds and my home. I also picked up a couple of flax seeds along the way, so I'm also going to go ahead and take my saplings. Alright, let's see, it's about midday. I have beds in each of the village shacks, so if I get caught out at the villages at nightfall, I still have a safe place to sleep. Alright, now the villages are across this river here and then some ways out. Alright. Alright, and then let's see, we're across the river. Up into the foothills here. In case you're wondering, this is a bit of an oddity, what's the name of this biome? Taiga biome? Sandwiched between desert biomes. Alright? Neither, I should point out, is actually legal for agricultural villages under my rules. Those are required to be sited in biomes that A, are not deserts, and B, are not prone to freezing, as the taiga is. Alright? You know, it's a little bit, I have to admit, I find it a bit curious how I have, well, I'm not going to fret too much about that cave. I thought the entrance seemed a little bit odd. That is a Thaumcraft obelisk there. I'm not going to fret too much about it. I can't even do anything with it for a good while. Alright, and as you can see, there is one of my villages. If I can remember what I called it, unfortunately, I have long since forgotten what I called it, even though I just placed it off camera. Noren. And in case you're wondering, this is the mining village. Better Dungeons added that pyramid over there. And I noticed from Noren that I'm actually onto a bit of a temperate grass biome, the forest biome here. So I decided to go a bit deeper into the forest. See a bit of an interesting tree there. I think, yeah, that's a greatwood tree, and that gray stuff is how those greatwood trees actually appear on the map. Alright? And you can see the blue of the silverwood trees. I think that's what they're called. Both the greatwood and silverwood trees are added to the game by Thaumcraft. Like I said earlier, not going to get to Thaumcraft for a while. Alright? Now I have reached another river here. This is certainly not the same river that marks the border of Eisenhower City. But here is village number 2, and actually, just for the sake of being able to get in to this village, which I named Forestville. Yeah, rather creative on that one. Alright. Now, I recognize that there are hazards to this approach, but I'm going to go with it. So I'm going to go ahead and plant the wheat there, and then I'm going to go ahead and plant my flax seeds here. Oh, I need that to hydrate for the moment. Alright, well, at any rate, I can clear out the trees around Forestville while I wait for those two to hydrate. I don't want to cut that tree down necessarily because that is actually connected to, I guess it must be pure leaf connection then. Okay, fair enough. Has that hydrated enough that I can... No, not yet. Nope. Alright, and it looks like it is close to sundown. It is not quite sundown yet, but it is close. Alright, let me go ahead and cut down a few more trees here while I wait for sundown. And I will replant this forest after I spent the night, and I will be spending the night here in Forestville, before you ask. So let's head into the lone hut and go to sleep. Alright, and now it is morning. And those, okay, that one's hydrated. So now I can put the flaxseed there. Alright, go ahead and pick up a few saplings here and there. And again, one of my big objectives right now is to clear this out enough so that I can justify planting the trees in a bit more of a, well, me-friendly configuration. Alright, that tree's cut down. Let's see. If I go up to this line here, cut down every tree up to this line, there's a tree here, if I can find the trunk. Okay. I'll go ahead and cut down that tree and that tree. Alright. Now I cut through here. Alright, now I have tree here. This tree here. This tree here. I think I'll go ahead and cut this tree down as well. Yeah, this place is a bit richer in wildlife than Eisenhower City, but then, A, cities aren't really known for being bastions of wildlife, and B, I kind of built Eisenhower City in the middle of a desert. Alright. Not wanting to kill that sheep. I did see a sheep. You may have missed it. Alright, let's see here. Yeah. Alright, so that should now be everything. Alright, so question is, do I wait for the leaves to fall on their own, or do I bash them down? I'll bash some of them down. Alright. Bashing down the leaves. Getting some saplings here and there. I'm not too concerned about the saplings, actually. I've got plenty. In fact, if I had the capability to do so, I'd make a forestry arboretum and just use that to plant the trees. Problem is, that requires materials I can't legally use at this stage. And in fact, there will be several stages before the materials required for that do become legal. Alright. So let's go this way here. Alright, now that's finally hydrated. Okay. Alright, and I'll admit that putting it right up next to the edge of a river, maybe not the brightest of ideas, but I'll roll with it. Alright? So I think I want this to be a row of oak trees. 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4's there. 1, 2, 3, 4's here. Now I need to go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. This row here, so offset by 4, is going to be for pine trees. Right? Yeah. Alright, and then I can't go any further this way. So let's go over this way. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And then the 4 would take me up to the river, which is okay. 3, 4. 4. No, there. Alright, 2, 3, 4. Alright, there, there, there. Let me see here, there. No place else to go, and boy. Yeah, you see that hole there? That is an example of one of the occupational hazards of working with sand, as I am in my capital. Namely, the fact that if there's nothing under the sand will give way, and you'll be in the water. Or worse, in a ravine, falling to your death. No, I'm not making up the falling to your death bit. I have actually fallen to my death once, falling into a ravine. Alright. Well, it's going to take some time for all of that to grow. In the meantime, I'm going to stay around here, basically. I could cut down some of these trees, but I don't think that's the approach I want to take. Alright? So what I want to do instead is head over to my mining village, because I've built my mining village next to a very small natural cave. Come to think of it, I'm running low on torches, aren't I? Alright. But at any rate, once I get back to my mining village, I can go down into the cave and mine out some cobblestone, and hopefully make it not completely and utterly boring to watch on YouTube. Let's see here. Yeah, those noises can be a little bit strange sometimes. I haven't figured out where they're coming from. At any rate, in this case, I'm just digging out a shaft 4 deep. Am I into sand there? That's sandstone. Yeah, that is sandstone, which means, well, it means it's getting a bit shallower, I think. In other words, that I may not be deep enough to be able to extend this tunnel much further. Alright? But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get the rest of this cobblestone here. Alright? Go ahead and lay down a torch. And yeah, I am definitely on the verge of I dare say, if I dig too much further this direction, I am going to pop out the side of a sand dune, I bet you. In fact, I'm probably just going to go ahead and keep digging until I do come out on the side of a sand dune. So how about insert local team here? And that would be the side of the sand dune. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that like so. Okay. Alright. Now that I've finished mining this out. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. Alright. Okay. Now that does not mean that I'm done with this particular mine shaft. In fact, what I can easily do from here is dig out side shafts. The question is, how much work do I want to put in to do so? Let's see, what do I have? I have 75 cobblestone. That should last me some time, especially considering the nature of the ground clearing that I have to do in my residential district. Let me see, what time is it? It's a bit past midday, so I can at least get back to Eisenhower City, and I can probably show you the relevant part of the road network. I am not jumping down into that. That is ice. That would not be good to jump onto ice. Might as well be stone if I'm jumping onto ice, and in fact, probably is stone. Okay. Come to think of it, the river up there, I'm going to check something real quick. It shouldn't take too long, and I should still be able to make it safely to Eisenhower City. That river at the upper left-hand corner of the map is the river that I have to cross to get to Forestville. And that, as you can see, is Eisenhower City. So the question is, do the two meet up? Doesn't look it, no. No, the sea limit, well, actually, it gets me onto a pretty nice peninsula here. If I was looking for that sort of thing, and if I didn't already have my capital city established, I'd probably consider building something on that peninsula. As it is, though, nah, I'm heading back to the capital. Alright. Do not have to cross Carnegie Avenue to get to the workshop mercifully. Like the big window? Yeah, it's been there all this time. It's alright, I have to say. It would be nice if it was residential, but let's see here. So let's go ahead and put everything up. And I acknowledge that it is a little bit early, but it's too close to sundown for me to start anything else, unfortunately. And so with this, I have to call it an episode. This has been Skydustria, everybody. See you next episode. Please rate, comment, and or subscribe.